Hello, 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 hello. Right, let's get this drain down. Ain't got one of these are great. Let's get this fully draining down. That just runs into that overflow. You can hear that. So it's now being pumped out up there. We've got basement drainage or cellar drainage. This is fantastic. Right, that's the heating drain down. So we're actually going to get this boiler fitted today. It's a bit bloody embarrassing yesterday. I had to leave and do the radio show. So we're up here. It's really, really awkward though. I've got to get this huge thing. I mean, look at the size of it in comparison to the bath. So I'm going to have to get this up here. I've got this gap between these studs and I swear it's just under 600. So I think I'm going to have to take a bit of this out as well to try and get the boiler in there. But you know what it is, I've got to put ply up, get a fix in there, re-drill the flue hole, sort all of this out. There's just loads to do. Cut new condens into that stack because the condense is leaking below. And then obviously further along down the line, I've got to put a new toilet frame in. So, well, let's crack on. Right then, so I've got my bit of ply up there. So it's giving me a nice smooth surface, multiple fixing points. You see I've screwed that all in. Got my core hole out, my new core hole. This is offset to one side. Now, I just want to show you this. This is the first time I've used this and I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I thought, is it going to be a bit like grip fill or is it going to be a bit like CT1? And the only way I can describe this is it literally comes out like, you know, when you pump the resin stuff up, but a bit more silicone-y. And I can promise you, like, you really have to give it some. I would have preferred my battery one, my Milwaukee battery gun for that, because it was quite tough to push out. But I'm telling you, when I splodged it everywhere, I did a whole tube behind this wall. Before I stuck one screw in, just to hold it in, literally, as I put that back, that really, like, I could tell before I put any screws in that was like solid. Just sticking it on like that. Then I had a little bit of a beam in the wall there, so screwed that in. And then I actually got some quite decent raw plug fixings right across there. And I'm telling you, that has come out bloody lovely. Now on this as well, they ask you to use their bolts. So that's in there. See, 10mm, that's their bolts. It says refer to the book. So I've done that. I've just put a couple more here. And I've gone a bit belts and braces. I put a bit of CT1 behind that just to really, really piss off the person who's taking this boiler off in the future. I just want to anger them as much as I can. So, mate, this thing I think is about 70 kilos out of the box with no water in it. So I'm not messing about with that. I want to get that on there and I don't want to bloody touch it ever again. So next thing for me to do is get this on the wall, and I can tell you now, I have not been looking forward to this on my own all day. We're going to give it a go, and if I can't, then, you know, I'm going to have to call someone up to come give me a hand, but I'm going to see if I can do it. Should be fun. Wish me luck. I'm not gonna lie, that's definitely the hardest boiler I've ever had to hang. What a beast. Jesus. Oh, tear goes, but go on. Right, that's the headache done. Look how nice and clean I've left it. You would never ever know. I've been out there doing the plume kit, bricking up the flue on the outside there. Happy with that. Looks really good. Really happy with that. Wash that all down. So that's the nightmare bit done. Now we just focus on the repap. Right, let me show you this at this stage. So, oh my knees. So, first things first, show you this. So this is the clever coupler. which is been brought out. So as you can see, you just push this little insert in there, fibre washer, and then that section is the brass sort of coupler that you got on. And when you obviously solder your coupling to it, now in the future, when this has got like a toilet frame underneath it, there's a stupid little gap to try and do everything with, and I apologise to the future plumber, whoever has to work on this, but I've done my absolute best trying to get everything neat and tidy and everything at the top here, so it's all serviceable. But all they'll need to do is loosen this off, loosen that off, and that one there, and obviously it's just on a fibre washer, so that should just slot out, and they should be able to replace it with a new one when need be. So yeah, it's come out really nice, really good idea. What I'm also trying to do is I want to send up a new 22mm pipe from the basement. This goes into that washing machine utility room. So once I've got all this connected up, I'm going to try and bring up a new pipe, and then that's going to connect onto this. And then obviously I've got my hot coming down as well. I'm trying to increase the flow rate to upstairs. That's a bit 22mm. You'll bring 22mm down to here. Now I've got these existing hot and colds here, so obviously that's gonna have to be 15mm from there because I can't run a new one to the kitchen. But this can be directly onto the 22, and then this is obviously coming out, so don't need that, and it's just I just need to pick that up under the floor. So that's my plan here. I am getting there, but I'm just wanting to increase the flow rate, so that'll have 22mm right up to the loft. That's going to be down there, 22 right down to the power tank. And then what I can do is, so with this, I'm going to connect that up, which should be the basin and the shower over there. This one here, and then what I'll do is I'll just cap this here, and then I'll feed another pipe in the basement that way. So basically it will come up to this point, but the new 22mm feed will feed down to this and up to this, so it'd be a lot better, if that makes sense. I'll do a video when it's finished anyway, so you get a better idea. But just working a bit later tonight because I just want to get this up and running for my customer just temporarily. Just I'm going to wire the plug in and try and get them some heat and hot water tonight, because obviously the one time I do a boiler change, it decides to snow. Let's get cracking. Right, as I'm having some lunch, I thought I'd do a quick little update on this. So here we are. So today I've come back, just got all the sort of wired a new fuse spur in, new nest. That goes up, that's all connected. So I obviously run the nest cable downstairs and run a bit of trunking down and everything like that. So that's done. We finally up and running with some heating and hot water now. So as you see, that's purring away. So the only thing I've got left to do now is this condenser. I've just temporarily whacked into the bath for a minute. And then I've got it at 75 anyway, ain't gonna be condensing much anyway. I'm gonna get that down, gonna put that on its stack, and then yeah, that's a bit, but it's been a fair old job this one, definitely. So as you can see, that's in now, it's all done, all piped up, all registered with Wiesmann. 7-year warranty comes as standard, and registered with the gas safe register. So next job now is, as you can see, I'm just scraping. I've had these tiles in here since I stripped them off. I mean, it's been basically making this nice and easy to scrape off. So I'm just using my scraper, scraping off the adhesive and saving these tiles for my customer. Save them going out buying a new set. So then when they get extended, when they extend this round, they should have some tiles there ready to go. So glad that's done. That's the headache out of the way. Now we've just got to scrape all this bit off. So I thought I'd just come and check this out. How much better this is now with the new boiler. Handsome. Really, really nice. Hello, good morning. Right, I'm doing this, as you see, this toilet frame. So that's gonna be sitting in there. I've got this feed up ready now on a valve, so the water's all on, so I can just, I've worked that out, that's exactly, that's gonna go straight into my cistern that way. I've also, what I wanted to show you, that was it. So down here, whenever you're doing these toilet frames, I see a lot of people, because you bolt through here or screw through, What tends to happen is, even though you've got it supported at the front, at the bottom, I've been to jobs where these have been in like over 10 years or whatever. What starts to happen is, as people sit on it, the weight starts to move this about just over time, slightly starting, you get micro movement, and you don't want that. So whenever I put these base plates down now for it to screw through, what I do is I'll put a bit of wood at the front of it to the back, and then obviously screw that together. So as that starts to move, it's literally wedged in, so it's got nowhere for it to go. So that's why I'm packing this up, that to this height. So I'm going to screw that in there like that, and I'm going to put another one on top, which will go right up to here. I'll screw that right through, and then essentially that will stop, and that'll be back up against there, and it will wedge it in. So there's no way that this will end up ever moving, which is key here, because at the end of the day, there's underfloor heating under here, electric underfloor heating. Obviously, I'm coming off of this. I can't screw down into the tile. I'm going to use a load of power grab bond underneath that, and that should go off like mad anyway. And then obviously I've got my wedges that I'm going to tie to at the back, so that base plate should be nice and strong and support this in lovely. Okay, so that's in now. So this frame's perfect because it allows a suitable height to, suitable height there, so you've got a nice bit of room underneath to work on everything. So anything that's here, filling loops, changing any of these parts, it's all easy, all maintainable. So they're gonna get a joiner in, that's plumbed in. So that's all gone in now. So that's all done. So they're gonna get a joiner in now. He's gonna come in, make some nice big cupboards. I want a cupboard pretty much down to this height here. So as they open it, leaves this huge gap underneath here. Nice big space above to work on anything. That was the minimum distance required, so I'll put that in. So I've put that border as high as I can get away with. And then what we do is the tiles, so obviously that's going to come forward slightly. It'll go in and then obviously go around the cupboard and then finish just above this flush plate, and then back up the other side, finish there. So happy with that. My customer's over the moon. Oh, can't wait to come back and fit in now. Be good. Morning. Well, I'm at a callback actually. The job I did with a Wiesman 111. I'm probably going to edit all this video together, so you'll probably know exactly what job I'm talking about. But since I finished there a few weeks back, had some guys in, they're sort of doing all bits and pieces on the plumbing work, but seems to have been a leak here on the solvent weld connection I did for the condense. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating, but I've just come to sort that out. So it's basically the existing branch that was there. I drilled out the side, the boss connection, glued in a fitting, and it's like that, it's like leaking. It definitely wasn't leaking before, 100%, but what can you do? It's in your little section, so I'm gonna try and get that sorted. It's really frustrating though, because there's parking restrictions here between, or road restrictions between 8:30 and 9:15 on the road because of school traffic. They don't let you drive down there because of the emissions for the schools and stuff. So I'm having to walk everywhere to try and find some fitting. So hopefully, look, I've just come to Juicing. Hopefully they've got something we can sort it out. Right, no luck at Juicings. I have to walk down to Bansal's. This is long. I'd rather just drive there, but as soon as I take my van out this road, I'm not allowed down it until 9:15, so I've got to walk there. So this is the leak. So around this toilet, where this condense, where this boss goes in, let's see if I can get my finger. So down where this boss connector is here on this branch, I made a fitting into the branch and it's leaking from underneath there. So this is an existing branch. What I'm going to do is on a push it connector there, just going to take all of that out. Whilst it's like this, it makes sense just to take that out. So I'll cut this cable tie, bring that down out of the way, I'm gonna undo this. This is the benefit of push fit sometimes. And then I'm gonna make up some fittings. I'll show you as we go along. So I've just got my reset with a long blade there. I've cut that out of there. What I'm planning to do is put a slip coupling up there, put this bit in here. I've reused this. Well, obviously that was there originally. So this was you can see probably where it wasn't the best joint there. So I can see actually the builders that come here they put a bit more gunk on that to try and help it, but they obviously didn't. That's when they asked me to come back and sort it, but that's where it was leaking from, that sill there. So I'm gonna put this one back in there with no holes in the side, and then I'm gonna put this boss connector on top, like so. Right, let's crack on. Do you know what, I thought I'd better show you this. So those of you that haven't seen this, so I've just pushed that in there. I've glued that one in and pushed that into there, but you see this here is gonna have a push fit coupling on it. That over there, that's a slip coupling. So that can go like up past the pipe and back down again. Nice action, Todd. Which means I've got to chamfer this pipe. So a lot of people are like, oh, get your grinder on it, get your grinder on it. Some people may not have seen this, but that's a chamfering tool. You can get them in different places. I can't remember where I got my one from, Screwfix, I think. But it's a cracking little tool that I'll show you. So this is going to be one end of the slip cut pin. I'll just show you this. Let's stand this up if I can. All the mud cutters here, mate. Oh, I can't fucking do it. Like that. Hopefully that works. See, it's put a lovely chamfer on that, probably a bit too good, but obviously the straighter the cut the better, but that's going to glide in now nice and easy. It'll be even better for that one out of place. I can just pump that on there and get a nice chamfer on that too. And then we have it, it's all repaired. So it just goes straight in there like that now. Little bit of advice, I tried lifting it up for ages, it didn't work. Put it in higher and drop it down, made it so much easier. Bloody hot in here. So a little lesson for those that are starting out. Now I know to a lot of people, and me including, it's so tempting just to go, do I just try and smear a bit of CT1 around it and hope for the best? It's just a small little drip, like do I do that? Trust me, the best thing you can do is get into the habit of just going, sucking it up, going away, go and get the materials. This is taking me just under an hour to sort out. So that's all done, it's all repaired. I'm not gonna get any leaks from that. It's much, much better. So the only thing left to do now is to cable tie this silly thing up as it was before. I didn't do this, by the way. This is the previous builder's work from the little utility room. So I'm gonna cable tie that up as it was before, and I'm done. And then this can be closed up and we'll come back when it's done. So annoyingly, that's it for that job. I was absolutely gutted with it, I'm not gonna lie. I was really looking forward to getting back, seeing all the cupboards built out and it like been retiled, and I could just bolt the toilet on, you know, get all my final shots just to show you. But I sent a text to them to say like, oh, how you getting on with the tiling and the joinery and stuff, and they were like, oh yeah, it's all great, thanks. Yeah, we've got the builders here that did the loft extension upstairs, and if to be frank, Todd, we think your day rate's really expensive just to come back and bolt a toilet on. So I was like, whoa, who says I'm gonna charge you a day? And
they said, yeah, so we've just got the guys here to do it, which like really disheartened me. I'm not gonna lie, like I probably wouldn't have even charged them for going to bolt a toilet on the wall. Like it would have taken me half an hour to do, and was just a little bit gutted, like a sort of real like blow, because the guys that come back were the guys, as you saw in the previous video, that had like, they'd done the shower bathroom upstairs and had like literally siliconed all the flexies and like caused the leak in the ceiling and everywhere, and I put my blood, sweat and tears into it and sort of wasn't even allowed to finish. Was just really gutted about that. You know, I was a bit gutted. I even fitted their nest, which I know is not the greatest controls to put on a Wiesmann, but that's what they wanted. They said, can we have a nest? You know, I was like, yeah, well, fine. Like, told them the benefits and of fitting the Wiesmann controls, but no. And, you know, I really like, yeah, just bit, I don't know, how would you have reacted to that? I'd like to hear in the comments, you know, if you was able to not finish a job like that, and to say that, you know, that you're too expensive, and like, and the fact that like I just thought, oh, it's just gutting, because I wouldn't have charged a full day to do that. So yeah, shame not to see the finished result on that one. Someone sort of, how I see it, gets to go in there, bolt the toilet and get the glory work, you know, like, oh, look at that, look at what we've done. And it's just like, oh, it didn't do anything. You know, first leak, I went back like on that fitting and fixed it straight away, because they were there when they were doing it. You know, so I owned up to that, fixed that, and yeah, just not being able to go back and finish it was a real thing. I also got them discount on the toilet from my merchants, so I said, yeah, like, I can get you great discount on there. So I sorted them out the discount, got it really cheap for them, and just wasn't even able to go back and finish my own work. So yeah, a little bit disheartened. Yeah, wasn't the best, but that job's finished. It's a really old video, by the way. I think I filmed that last February, March, like, so quite a while ago now. I completely forgot I even recorded that whole series. I'm not gonna lie, I was looking for content. I was like, oh my god, this whole Wiesmann 111 job, I've completely forgot about that. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was a couple of stages there. We went in, we improved the water pressure, just by putting a power tank in on their existing Worcester Bosch boiler that was like, you know, it didn't allow a high flow rate through anyway. So just putting a power tank in made a bit of difference. And then when we put the storage combination boiler in there, so the Wiesmann 111, that allows a much higher flow rate through and can heat it a lot quicker, and made a drastic difference to them two bathrooms. So I hope you enjoyed that one. It was a little bit of a squeeze in there, squeezed it in the cellar, squeezed it in the bathroom, did everything I can to do my best, and I hope you enjoyed it. So if you did, please drop a comment. I'd like to hear your opinion on that, you know, about how you'd feel if you weren't allowed to finish your own job, especially to people that had like previously made a leak. I'll be interested to hear that. And if you enjoyed that series, give it a like and subscribe. Thanks guys, and I'll see you on the next one.